I've decided in these frustrating times of this coronavirus to have a go at I've decided in these frustrating times of this virus, being imprisoned in the house at the moment, not being able to get to France, which I should be going tomorrow, to keep myself occupied with the painting, and I've tried to do something a bit different. This one, which is a composite of lots of different figures I found on the internet in ball gowns and dresses. I fancied doing, as I've been doing all these cafe scenes with very romantic and atmospheric almost opulent scenes in the Paris and the French and even the Swiss and Austrian cafes. It was rather nice to do a ball. So I've taken these ladies in these beautiful colours in this same similar sort of ambience and light as the cafes, and I'm going to do a composite of these from the computer and work them up here totally in my own way, so they're nothing like the photograph, into what I want, and give myself a challenge for the next few days. Well, here's my next challenge then. I've got painting this. We'll start off with the sponge rollers and work into the brushes as before, as I normally do with these big cafe scenes, and see how it goes. I'm ready to paint this morning. Lovely day outside, but we're stuck in. Down below the canvas we've got my palette of paints you've just seen ready set out, a large baking tray to mix in, pot of water, my various brushes and that sponge roller. Sponge roller is going to be a very important part of this particular picture. But I'm going to work from our medium tones out to our darker ones, and then back from the darker ones up out to the lightest at the very end. Just using a large brush to do mixing with at first, and mainly my filberts I suspect, working from my large brushes down to my smaller ones. What I intend doing here is to work up the flesh tones first and get all of these blocked in as to where I want them, so that I know so I can see where I'm working with the sponge rollers a bit more. The sponge rollers, quite crude things, but it's amazing how much detail you can do with them. So I'm going to work up with the filbert brushes and do these areas of flesh first of all, where those things are, and then I'm going to work up with the sponge roller with all of the rest of it, doing the base coats from my mid-tones down to my darkest, and then back upwards again with the sponge roller to my lightest, and then come back in again with the brushes afterwards, and maybe go back and forwards a few times with rollers and brushes to get the special effects I want. So we'll have some fun with that. I'm going to take a ½ inch filbert straight away, a little bit of water onto it just to get it worked. It's flowing nicely. And we'll look at these flesh tones on the picture here and just block those in. So for instance, we've got some lovely magenta, light magenta going on over here. A little touch of that, wee touch of my light cream ivory there, and that's going to give me a base coat for this face over here straight away. I'll say this is just so I know where things are going as I plaster on my paint with the sponge roller as well. And the technique I'm using is my jigsaw one, where if we put the right colours in the right places, in the right shapes, relevant one to another, it will just appear. The painting will just happen. And that's a lovely way to paint, and it saves so much complication and stress. So many of you worry about whether you can paint a horse, paint a dog, paint this, paint that. It doesn't matter what it is. If you put these colours in the right places, like putting the pieces of a jigsaw together, then the things will just appear. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, at the moment, put base coats in of these major shapes. It'll also fix the drawing as well. I've got a lot of pencil on here yet. And that was magenta, and a little touch of ivory at the moment just to block in the base coats here. And I just want to put these mid-tones in over the face, on the arms and flesh areas at the moment. And we'll put darker tones in as well, in fact, not just the one. A little bit of yellow ochre on this one as well, but just tint that down a bit more yellow on that face. It's in a bit more shadow. A lot of colours to play with on this, but bit by bit, just put the right colours, right places, right shapes, bit by bit, and the whole thing will gradually make sense. And there we are, we've just about got that bit blocked in. I think we should be able to start on our roller work shortly. Just want to put a few more of these colours in just to find lovely, some beautiful colours happening in this painting. I can't resist just getting carried away into some of them a little bit at this stage. Already we can see these lovely effects we can get. Now then, a reminder of how to use the sponge roller. Take a larger brush to mix with. This one, for instance, nice 3/4 inch. A little bit of water just to start me off. And we want to get these lovely golden colours. Let's start off with a mid-gold, so I'll take some yellow ochre, plot that in. I've just dampened the sponge roller a bit. We don't want it too wet, just damp. If it's too wet, all the water comes out of it and it spreads everywhere. And I want to get a lovely slight green golden tint here. The background, working it up. So I'll start with that. Now, the trick is, when you've got your colour mixed, is to bring the roller through the brush. Bring the paint out of the brush so you don't waste any paint, evenly onto the roller, like that. Now the roller can be used directly onto here, like this, to give a flat area. And the more times we use it, then in layers like watercolour, we can start to get these lovely various effects. So a slightly greeny tint at the moment. Let's start building up these tones in the background here. And I know where I am because I've got some of my flesh tones put in already. It uses quite a lot of paint at first. You can see how we can get a slightly uneven and beautifully textured surface this way. So wherever you see the colours, and it's on your roller or on your brush, with this technique, we put it in, we don't wait. I'm going to layer one colour over another here. A little bit more green, a little bit more gold, a little bit more as I go along. Keep mixing up plenty of colour, don't skimp on the colour, use lots of paint, have plenty of paint out. So take up some more of this yellow ochre, plenty of it, quite dark in places. Again, through the brush with the roller, get these lovely misty effects by putting a thinner coat on or by rolling more heavily or lighter, whatever we want to do. Don't be afraid to go slightly over your forms as well, because we can pick up with those and don't want a white halo around things. It's important. Now we don't just have to use the sponge by rolling like that, we can also use it to smudge like this as well. These subtle changes of colour hue, just to cover light areas so I can still see where they are, to put the lighter coats over afterwards. I just want to get an effective light at the moment and paint out all the white of the canvas. Gradually we'll work darker and darker. Take some Prussian blue now and a bit of purple with the green. And now I'm coming right down to my darks, bringing in some almost black into this blue dress here. Working with the roller at the moment. And we're getting well into it now with the colours starting to make a bit more sense. So I put some light tones into here now just to get this covered. There we are, we're starting to see wood for trees a bit now. Get rid of all this white canvas, I can get the colours, light and darks over the top, so we've got our mid-tones and go towards our darker ones. Pick out these colours with a brush. There we've got basic tones going on. And I think we're about ready to go back with the brush, and then we'll get the roller again later after that. Let's see how we do. I'm going to carry on with the roller for a bit actually. I'll put a few more of the lighter colours in. We'll take some of the yellow ochre and a bit of chrome and a little touch of white and just start to build up nice effects we can get with the roller. You see, even with the edge of the roller, you don't have to use the about pulled out enough of what I want to pull out there before I go on to brushwork, so we will go on to the brush now at last. Right, now I'm going to go on to my little 1/2 inch brush, flat this time. Let's bring in some of these lines of details here. think on this one for a while, but I think I've just about gone as far as I can with it without it starting to become too tight. It's certainly been a challenge and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Love all these colours. I may even think of doing another one.